Hey folks, today I'm going to make some green tomato relish, and I have went and picked all the rest of the green tomatoes out of my garden. There was a few red ones left and a whole bunch of green ones. I left some green ones that were pretty small. Maybe they'll keep going. We've got a little bit longer. I just wanted to get this over with in case I get busy and can't get to it. And I definitely wanted to make it, so I just went ahead and picked all the green tomatoes that were of any size that were left out there right now. I'm going to core those and then chop them up in the food processor along with some bell peppers, the pack that has a yellow, orange, and red in it just for color. You can also add zucchini in this. Heidi at Rain Country has just done a video of green tomato relish and zucchini. Maybe some bell pepper and some, I think she used some hot pepper and onions and whatever. And I'm going to use onion. I'm going to use the green tomatoes and the bell peppers. I have all 4 colors of bell peppers, and I'm going to use some onion. And I'm not going to use much sugar. That was a kind of, most of the recipes I saw called for a lot of sugar. And I really don't want to use much sugar. I think I'm just going to use a little bit just to keep it from being tart or something. But I really kind of want a dill relish. So I'm going to use some dill and salt and vinegar and a 1/4 cup of the sugar. I'll see. Put everything in there and then add my sugar just a little at a time to taste it and see how I like it. These up in the food processor, and I'm just doing a little at a time, and I'm just pulsing a few times because it doesn't take a whole lot, and I like it a little chunky. So I'm just I kind of figured out that if I just pulse it, good. That's about it. Just putting some in there that are chopped up. They're cut up in like quarters, and then I'm just putting them in here and pulsing about 4 times. And that's it. I'm just gonna finish this up, and I'm gonna do my onions and my bell peppers and get that in a pan to simmer for about, I think it says 10 minutes. So I went to get the onions out and put in here and cut up, and we grew our own onions, and this year we had a whole lot of onions, and we had some red onions. So when I went to get onions out, I forgot I had any red left. I had used a lot of the red because they had a good flavor, and I had a couple of red onions left, so I'm putting those in here for a little added color. Okay, so I am trying to drain this as much as I can. I'm putting it in my, that's what I'll do. I'll spoon this in the strainer to drain that out good before I cook it down. And then I'm going to simmer it for the 10 minutes. And then I will strain it again because I really don't want much liquid in my relish. I'm getting excited about this because it's turning out beautiful. I'm actually straining it now, and I have started looking at how the colors are coming out. I'm gonna put that up there and see if I can show all the different colors are turning out beautiful. I used to just can, I would do pickles and ripe tomatoes, and that was about it. I thought it was too much trouble. You know, you got to cut all that stuff up and you know, chop everything up, and now I'm having to strain it, and then I'm going to have to simmer it, and I thought that was just too much trouble. But I really enjoy it, especially when you've grown most of it or all of it yourself. Then it's even more fun. So you should give it a try. Grow you some vegetables, make you some relish. It's so much fun. And this I would have thought was too much trouble, but it's really not. I mean, it's just really not that much trouble, and it's fun. And once you get to doing it, there's a satisfaction in stuff out of making your canned goods out of your own garden, and there's a huge satisfaction in that. And you can use some of it as gifts, Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, and it's just a lot of fun. So if you haven't tried, go a little further, go a step further and try it out, and you'll get addicted, and then you'll be doing it all the time. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm gonna let this sit in salt. Green tomatoes, the onions, and the peppers in a big bowl with some salt in there. I just sprinkled salt all through it. I don't know how much it was. I just kind of sprinkled it in there and mixed it around good. And I'm going to let that sit about 10 and then strain that again. Good, and then put it on to simmer, and then I'll strain it again. My problem is I watch everybody do this. I watch several videos on people making stuff, and then I read about it, and then I watch some more videos on it, and then I may read about it again, and then by the time I've done all that, I've got so much information on it that I'm combining everybody's ideas and coming up with my own, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but that's fine. I'm going to do the dill relish, and so I'm going to use dill seed, garlic, and apple cider vinegar, and I'm putting my apple cider vinegar in now. I'll put the dill seed and the chopped garlic in my jars. I'm using a pint of apple cider vinegar and a pint of water, and putting that into my stock pot here. So that is looking beautiful, and it is smelling so good. I already have the jars in the canner, in the water bath canner. That'll go for 10 minutes. You didn't get to see the end of me finishing it up and putting in the canner because I started getting phone calls and interruptions. I was trying to finish this up and talk on the phone at the same time, and so that's why you didn't get to see the rest of the canning video, and now it's already in the pot. I just used the green tomatoes, the onions, the different colored bell peppers, the apple cider vinegar and water, half and half. And I put a chopped clove of garlic and about a teaspoon of dill seed in the bottom of my jars, and I simmered my vegetables in my vinegar and water with just a little sugar. I added a little more salt, and then I did add a little sugar. I probably added about maybe a quarter cup, if that, of the organic raw sugar, just to kind of take off the tartness a little bit. So we'll see how it turns out. I will let you know in a future video. I'll mention it and let you know how it turned out, because I kind of didn't go by anybody's recipe. I kind of went by about probably 4 or 5 different recipes in the end, because I kept thinking I didn't really want that, and I really didn't want it sweet, and I didn't want it I didn't want the pickling spice, and but a lot of people make it with cabbage too. I saw that I saw people make it with the green tomatoes and zucchini, or green tomatoes and cabbage, or and then the bell peppers and onions, and you can use hot peppers. There's all kinds of different recipes out there to make it. We'll see how that turns out, and I think I will like it better, because it won't be hot, and it won't be sweet, and it won't be real spicy, but that's how I like it. So you're supposed to let it sit for 4 weeks. I hope I can control myself and let it sit for 4 weeks before I open it and try it. But I guess because of the dill recipe, it'd be like dill pickle. that you would wait. So maybe I might open mine in 2 weeks, because that's kind of how I usually end up doing dill pickles. So y'all, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share, help us continue to make videos on our channel.